years ago, 8 men gathered together to try answer the question, how many debates can they have until they get tired? 4 years later, I'm proud to say we don't have an answer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to D&D 100. Oaks, let's just... Boys, I won't lie. I didn't think we'd get you.
Bro, 100 episodes is crazy. Genuinely, like, how did we get 100 episodes? Shout out to us. No, genuinely, shout out to us.
No, that's fine.
We had our back and forth, our disagreements, our debates.
Yeah.
But we're still here.
We're here.
Same energy.
Still pushing.
Same debates. Now, shout out to us.
I'm grateful.
Shout out to us. And as you guys know, when I host, I like to do intros. Some say I inspired Kate Scott. But yes, as
Kate
always,
Scott.
I am your host, Malcom, aka Sheiks. How am I doing? I'm conflicted. I'm stress eating.
Oh my God.
I'm nervous. That one like that. Come on, you irons. It got me. It got me.
No.
But anyways. I have 3 distinguished co-hosts with me. First up to my left, he's one half of the most toxic relationship in football. Does he love Mikel Arteta? Does he hate Mikel Arteta? I don't know. They don't know. He doesn't know. Khanya, LLM, Mosetlhi, how are you doing, sir?
I've come to the conclusion that no matter what happens, dog, I'll never forget you. I might never come to like you, but I'll never forget the time we've had together. All I ask, brother, make these a reality. Make these mean something.
Put them on
bro.
if it's real.
Make these mean something, bro.
them on if it's
Please,
real.
It's always the Arsenal fans coming with props.
Mikel, I'm not asking
Put
for
on
lots.
both.
Make these real, bro. Make
on
these
both.
mean something, bro. I want a medal.
Focus.
Focus. Put your medal on, bro. Why are you reading? Like, Mikel, please, bro. We've pushed so far. You've done it your own way. You've done things slower than you'd wanted, but we're here
Are
now.
we wearing this the whole episode?
Yes.
Okay, all right. To his left, we have the man that is all about peace. Some say he's gunning for a Nobel Peace Prize because past winners of this award, Nelson Mandela, brought peace to a nation. This man is trying to bring peace to a debate podcast. We have Lebone, Bones, the peacemaker, Lehlokoe. That's my guy. How are you doing, bro? This is actually the first time we've like recorded together. Eh?
I am not a peacemaker. I just think that sometimes we need a bit of decorum. That's it. Okay.
A way of being, you say.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you've got an agenda, we should get through the agenda without having stupid fucking back and forth. But anyway,
Boo, you see what you're doing? You see what Boo's doing, man? I keep telling you guys about
I'm
Boo.
excited. I'm excited to
telling
be
you.
here.
No, in your defense though, you two are bickering like siblings.
It's Boo, dog.
I loved it though. I
You know
loved
what
it.
the
But we paying for this.
You know what the worst part is? You know
This is off the
Boo
cuff.
always starts when he's about to piss you off. He says one more thing. He always says one more thing, but it's not your last thing, bro.
Muyelwa. Oh, of course. And finally, last but not least, we have the man that goes by many nicknames. Tab Soul, Tab Aaron the Plumber, Tab AI. Today, I'm debuting a new nickname, but I want to give context. Last year, this man hated Bruno Fernandes. No awards. This year, this man loves Bruno Fernandes. FWA Player of the Year. So, debuting his new name. You guys know Mr. Thabani. We call him Tab Influential. Ladies and gentlemen.
I like that. No. Shut out. I like that. That one I'll take.
How are you doing, bro? Let the people know how you are.
You guys should have killed me when you had the chance, man. You had me on the ropes. This could have been my last D&D thing. But I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. Because like I told you guys, this thing has been a wrap since October. I told you guys. I'm here to stay. It's a wrap. I'm feeling good. UCL qualified. My other team's in the Champions League. Like, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good. If anything, if we're going to give out awards, I think we should do awards. Like, within the team. I deserve most consistent for this season. Because I haven't changed. I've been high energy. I've been honest. I haven't switched up on anyone. I told you guys the truth about Amorim. I told you guys about Arsenal. I told you guys about City. I told you guys... Okay, I didn't tell you guys about Liverpool.
You didn't tell us about City.
I said City's over. I fought you in the group. I fought you.
They're 2 points. They're 2 points behind.
I wouldn't say
It's over. It's over. It's done. Look, anyways, but I'm good.
As annoying as
They
that...
still won a chip this season. They're in
Over.
another final this season.
Over.
They're 2 points behind this season,
we have
but
to
it's
be
over.
honest. as annoying as that intro was, he put his career on the line, Oaks. So if Arsenal do it, we have to actually dap him. Cojones. That's real.
True.
That's
True.
real.
Okay, but when I start the season saying Arsenal are gonna win, I get no depth.
Like there's no.
That's your job, you're an Arsenal fan. That's your job.
So I can't make Arsenal predictions.
your
then.
job.
I can't make any Arsenal
No, but
predictions.
there's no
They don't
jeopardy.
count.
There's no
There's no
jeopardy.
Jeb
Don't
thank you,
count.
Bones.
Yes,
That's
you
what
have
I was
nothing on
meaning.
the line.
There's no
Okay,
jeopardy.
when I said Liverpool were toast, where are my depths?
Shout out.
Okay, but like, okay,
Fair,
yeah,
sure.
fine,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll have our annual
Hits
hit and
and
miss
misses,
episode.
yeah, we
No,
should
it's
do
coming. Hits and misses are coming. Anyways, we have a great episode lined up for you guys. 100. So, Oaks, we're arguing, eh? I'm letting you guys know. I'm here to
I'm ready.
piss. I'm pissing people
I'm
off
ready.
today. Bones, it's the wrong episode for you to be a part of. Because you know I love the rage bait.
I'm ready.
Okay, lovely. So let's start off. We're in England. I think that's what most people are focused on right now. I had down top 4 race, but is there really even a race?
No.
It's pretty much
No.
guaranteed. I think United, you guys have done really
It's
well.
more like a top 4 walk.
Yes, no one really wants.
Like people are just going in a direction and we assume they're going to the top 4.
Yeah.
It's not my problem. It's not your problem. It's not us. It's not for us to worry about. It's
Yeah.
for the likes of,
Chelsea,
you know,
Bournemouth, and them.
Siba.
Yeah.
Although
Mares
the
and
fourth
them.
position, yeah, that's where these
Fourth.
competitions
But
are.
it's- Guess
it's
about
five.
fourth.
It's 5 now.
Oh yeah, true.
It's 5.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
It's Bournemouth and them, bro.
But now, I guess an interesting conversation to have, and this is something that my dad was talking about with his friends.
This guy shouts out his dad in every episode.
Shout out
to
it's
Papa
his
Sheiks.
birthday.
Shout out
It's his
Shout out,
birthday.
happy
Shout out,
birthday, Papa
Dad.
Sheiks.
Doesn't know we have this podcast, by the way. Anyway,
Sit in the club.
they were. Dude. Anyways, they were talking about the impact that the Europa League final being played before the end of the season could have on the end of
yeah.
the season, right? And I
Yeah.
think that's a good conversation to have because right now Villa are 5th with 58 points. Bournemouth is 6th with 55 points. So we all know that Villa plays City on the final day,
Yeah.
right? We all also know Unai Emery, when it comes to Europa League finals, incredible. When it comes to Europa League finals, when he's already fumbled the Champions League, like he did with us, Baku 4-1, not the best. So let me throw 2 scenarios your guys' way. The first scenario, Villa lose the Europa League final against Freiburg the Wednesday before they play City on the Sunday. Do you then think that they are more or less likely to go on and beat City on the final day?
Less likely.
Less.
Less.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
they'll be shy.
They'll be on the floor.
They'll be shy. Like losing a final, like you can't get yourself up to play Man City on
Dude.
the final day.
Also, they go into that game as favorites. You can't lose to Freiburg and then come and beat City when City have to win.
But don't you think Villa have been doing that all season?
No, because they went missing for like 2 months.
But that's my point. Like Villa have kind of been the team that do the thing they're not supposed to do. They went on they have the longest unbeaten run in the league this season. No one expects
Oh, yeah,
us. They
when
beat
when
us.
the XG was crazy.
Ridiculous, right?
Like, when
Yeah.
they're overperforming the XG.
Exactly, yes. And then now you fast forward to just the past 2 months, it's been weird. Ollie Watkins, I saw like maybe 3 games ago, scored and he celebrated like he hadn't scored. And I realized because he hasn't scored
In ages.
In ages.
Yeah, he was on leave, bro.
So do you not think that's kind of what Villa have been, what Villa have been all season? Or do you guys really think that it's just too much of a mountain to climb to then...
It's more. It'll just be too little, too late. Like you can't now. Your season, your Champions League qualification depends on the Europa League final.
Yes.
You can't lose that and then
then-
have your Champions League qualification depend on a league game against Man City. It's too
Yeah.
little, too late. Like
That's fair.
don't be annoying on the last day.
Yeah,
don't be annoying.
what they did against Spurs, the fact that they were as limp as they were in that game, then you go and you have the performance in Europa League, the energy is there. In the same way, at the end of last season, Andrews Oaks were on the floor in any league game that they played.
Right.
If they were about to go down,
I
I
see.
think they would have gone down and still somehow won the Europa League.
okay,
like
I get what you're
the split focus is a very serious
It's a
issue.
fascinating thing in football, isn't
You
it?
can't move past it.
Like-
I think Palace on a similar situation.
Yes,
like
yeah.
they already asked Glasner, like where will your head be?
He said
that game doesn't mean anything.
No, he said everyone else had a chance to beat City.
Yeah.
If I put out a weekend side, it's not my problem.
Yeah,
Like,
he said there were 37 other games.
Yeah.
It's like that's not my business, bro.
So interestingly enough, I guess what is also then kind of implicatively being said by you guys is City's games against Villa and Palace are W's for City. There's no hiccup. Because now
It should be.
the other way I'm looking at it is if Villa win the Europa League, they're going to be... Remember that game, one of my favorite games in football history, when, I don't know if Liverpool played us or I think it was City, when they just won the league. And then they played City and everyone was drunk on the pitch.
Yeah.
It's just going to be part 2 of that. So basically, that game, because, when you were looking at the fixture list maybe a month back, you said that final day against Villa, for both teams, had a lot of stakes. But
Yeah.
what you guys basically saying that it's kind of become a null game because Villa's focus is going to be Europa League, irrespective of the result, win or lose. It's going to impact the performance against Man City.
Yeah,
Basically, +3 City's points tally right now. Basically.
Yeah, even if they win that final, then they've got nothing to play for in the last day. But if they lose the final, they've got everything to play for, and they might go in too emotional. And it's at
City.
It's at City.
And they already beat, was it 2 seasons back with the final they
with
couldn't
Gundogan and all of that. Like,
Yeah.
they're not going to go there.
2021, 2022. End of 2022, yeah.
Their last title.
That was the last title.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, so 2022, 2021,
The
2022.
second last title.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Sorry.
Who won 22-23?
City.
City, but not on the last day.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one where we threw it away when they beat us 4-1.
Oh, yeah. Haaland the hair.
Holding
okay.
like winking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn. So yeah, I guess
Don't do
that's
that.
okay. That's really top 4 because
We
when
could also get this massively wrong. Like, they could
Nah.
also win that final, beat City, ruin it. Like, we could also City.
I will put Bones' D&D career on the line.
No, it doesn't work like that. No, you can't do that. No. Career gimmick.
He does
You
not.
can't
He
do-
does not have the authority.
You can't do career
He does
gimmick, man.
not. He does not have the agency.
It's your own play, bro.
Editor, cut that out. Take that out.
That's hilarious. Okay, no, wait. When I wrote top 4, I thought there was a race to be had. There's no race to be had. So I want to move on now.
I think the exciting thing is that if Villa win the Europa League and they finish out of the top 4, then that means there'll be a 6th.
No, but they have to finish 5th. They can't, they can't finish
if they finish 5th and they win the Europa League, 6th gets a Champions League.
Champions League.
I think
Oh,
that's exciting.
that is exciting.
The fact that Bournemouth
Perspective.
might be playing Champions League football is crazy.
And then they just lost Iraola. I wonder what that looks like. They've announced the replacement, haven't they?
Yeah, it's the guy. Is that Favre? Is it? No, it's the guy who used to be Marco Rosa. The guy who used to be Gladbach coach.
Marco Rosa. Okay. I like his name.
That's about it.
It's a great name.
It's got a bit of aura.
And he had a bit of-
D&D insight on Marco Rosa. That's all we have to offer
he had a
on
bit of-
Marco
he had a
Rosa.
bit
He
of
had
motion. He
motion.
had some
He
motion.
did have some
Who did he
motion.
manage?
He managed Gladbach and Dortmund as well.
Dortmund,
Yeah,
yes,
but he
yes,
wasn't
yes.
great at Dortmund.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, shout
But
out.
he's alive.
I want to do a quick one because last time you guys and Yats Chelsea. Can we please just have a quick conversation?
And say what?
What do you want?
Petolo Jr., government name. Peace is nice. I saw you in a City shirt.
It was
Yeah,
AI.
It was. Is that what he said?
No, it was literally
it was
AI.
It was genuine AI.
Yeah.
I got AI.
Yes.
Ugh, come on.
On the
I
pod.
mean,
That's crazy.
you look who he said it next to. I mean,
Anyways,
You guys are blaming me.
no, but you've had your moments.
No, they're going all
You had your AI moments.
I want to have an all-encompassing conversation about Chelsea. All jokes aside, guys, it's looking chai, right? I don't know if you've seen. I should have posted it on the group, although you guys don't respond to what I sent. But there was an analysis done between Leeds United before they completely fell apart and Chelsea in terms of like relative spend, the average age of like superstars, contracts, etc., etc. And there's so many similarities between the two. And I know it's kind of become folklore to like always look at like top performing sides and say our Leeds were. But I really think when you look at the context of Chelsea, right? So they don't have a manager, right? I saw that Gallagher, the current interim coach. McFarlane. Who's Gallagher?
Guy plays for Spurs.
No, man. There's a coach. There's a coach name. Don't do that. There's a coach named Gallagher. It's McFarlane.
Yeah.
Anyways, McFarlane. I'll get Gallagher somewhere. McFarlane. There was I don't know if you saw the still of him next to Peter Crouch with the height difference.
No.
His aura is gone. I'm gonna put it out. So I look at him.
He
Not
doesn't have
necessarily.
a coaching license. bro.
Right. Oh, really?
No.
Got no credentials. He's just a guy.
He doesn't even. Okay, I didn't even know
They
that.
I didn't know that.
They
No,
could have
what were you gonna say?
put Sibia there.
So I didn't even know
They
that.
could have actually put Sibia.
Why is it catching strays, bro?
Nah, it's
They asked qualifying.
there we go.
Yeah.
But I bring him up to say they don't have a coach, right? They obviously have that transfer ban for the cooking the books for 10 years with Abramovich. Disgruntled superstars. There's just rumors of Cole Palmer not being happy. Enzo wants out. They don't have. They just posted the worst losses in a financial year in the history of Premier League football. I still have to say, what's the prospect, guys? Like in all seriousness, I know we joked about certain relegation battles that I mean, Spurs is in one. I joked and said United could be in one too. Chelsea could be in Spurs' situation next year, and I don't know. Do you guys see any positives that you could? I really don't think it's outlandish to say Chelsea could be in a relegation battle next season. I really don't think that's me being like dramatic. I don't know. What is your guys' take on that?
I think it depends a lot on who the coach they ultimately get is.
Who can they
The
get?
rumor right now is Felipe Luis. He's done really well
that'd be a good coach.
in Brazil. So there is the belief that there's going to be someone. There will be some kind of shining light who eventually just rights the ship. I think they need a version of that Lampard season where they've sold all the superstars and they're operating with the base of that team, like those who really wanted to be there. And in that world, Chelsea could finish top 6 again, get Europa, and then like stabilize.
The issue with what you just said is what she's pointed out. The Hawks don't want to be there.
They don't want to.
Yeah,
So they, at least
exactly
they,
what I was about
when
to
they had
say.
Tammy
They're gonna
Abraham and
have-
Mounts,
Coben
they were balling. They were
Coben
like
Core. Yeah.
proper Chels.
Yeah, they're gonna
no
have-
one at Chelsea gives a damn about Chelsea.
They're gonna have to sell
Which is
some of the
why
guys.
We're getting beep beep in the summer. 100 M's. I'll tell you.
I love how Bones
Okay,
is nice.
so I'm
Yeah.
The brother was like, who the hell are you talking about?
If not this season, next season. But I'll tell you outside.
But no.
Thabani manifestations, man.
But Thabani's right though, because that's the real, and that's what I'm like. It's Chai. No one wants to be there. They signed Cole Palmer to be their guy. He doesn't want the mantle. He just wanted to be a guy. He didn't want to be at Mr. Chelsea. He just wanted to be a top performing European footballer. So that can happen at Chelsea. That can happen at Milan. That can happen anywhere. You then look at the rest of the players they've invested in, like Caicedo. Obviously, I've never seen such a drop off in perception in PR. Right. I saw a comp with him and Gravenberch. Right? And there's nothing wrong with Ryan Gravenberch, good player.
No, there's not wrong. There's not wrong.
But remember that used to be images of him with Pedri and so I'm just saying, it's like, what happens now when, and I guess Bones, this is a question for you, what happens now when you're looking at how Chelsea kind of have to go into survival mode, right? So Felipe Luis, I watched that game, Flamengo against Bayern, and I guys remember at the Club World Cup, I was saying how impressed I was, how they pressed, how they moved the ball. So he's a good coach.
Yeah.
But Bones, to you, do you think it's a thing of these Chelsea have the talent and it's just a matter of coaching, or after spending a bill, do they almost have to go and buy new assets? And now when I say have the talent, I don't mean you have top performing guys, but you have guys who with the right coach can become something. So say they get Felipe Luis, say they even get Iraola, top coaches. Do you think Chelsea's assets are such that they could become a top 6 side that Khanya's kind of painting that happened with Lampard's season?
I do think there's potential because before Maresca left, I feel like he was kind of in that sort of mode of getting them to being a functional team.
Yes.
Maybe not like a challenger yet, but
They won't challenge like this. I think I think we're aligned there. Man. That this current model, they can't win a league that like this. They won't.
No.
Yeah.
But I do think that if they get the right person, and it's all really down about board decisions, like, because really this is all because of the board, how they're functioning, how they're even the way that they're like how they're signing their players and extending their contracts out for so long. Most of them are going to at some point be depreciating assets if they don't sell them immediately, and they have been flipping players over quite quickly after they get them. So then it's like it doesn't, like, you can't really see what their model is. So once there's clarity from up top, then I think whoever you put there to kind of to handle the ship, he also just needs to. There needs alignment. There's no alignment for Chelsea. That's like but also Chelsea never really have alignment. Like they're the ones that, they'll
Operate in chaos.
they'll finish 12th and then win the Champions League the next season.
That won't happen anymore.
Or they'll finish 12th having won the Champions League in the same season. Like they do those weird things. So it's also kind of hard to say that it's going to be doom and gloom, because there've been scenarios where it looks like it's going to be like that, and then it just switches up.
But never like this, mate. Again, the number of losses,
Plus
like the
Americans.
amount it's at right now, is very different too. It's never been here. They've never been in this situation.
Unfortunately, I have to be the one to not stand up for Chelsea, but when you talk about it's never that happened to us last season. So as much as it's also Man United this season is proof that how things can change very quickly without drastic change. All Man United did was fire the coach that finished 15th. That's all they did.
Can I start a fight?
No, just be okay. So I'm saying to you, like, Chelsea's very hard to write off in the sense that, yes, it's dire now, but for them to not have a dire situation and just to be a competitive Premier League side again, is actually, we have to be honest, it's not that far away. Like I said, if they hire the right guy, they've already got a lot of players. It's not like they're not in the situation where Man United might find themselves in, like, they've got a lot of players to replace if they want to challenge. Chelsea just have to get the right group of players and keep those guys. Instead of this chopping and changing every season, we sign 2 wingers, sign 3 defenders that no one's ever heard of. They need a goalkeeper. Okay, no, they do need quality, but I'm saying to see them finishing 7th, 8th, 6th next season, it's not out of reach, despite what's happened this season, because that's how quickly things can change. And also, the thing with Premier League finishing position is not just on what you do, it's also what other teams do. United aren't third because we're the third best team in England.
thank
United
you.
are third because they won more games than Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea. Like you can go up the league very
good
easily
point.
without drastic changes. So I can't see doom and gloom for Chelsea. People say this about Spurs, and now Spurs are doing this. Cool, we got it wrong about Spurs, but I don't see Chelsea. They could go further back, but with the right decision making, they either stay in the same place. Very easily see them finishing 6th, 7th next season because they still have that level of player.
Yeah.
If everyone on that Chelsea squad list is fit, that's a strong Premier League team. They can put out an X-side that can beat a lot of Premier League teams. So it's not as if they're going to be like non-competitive, like Man United last season. We're just non-competitive with those guys on the field. If they get that right, and you win enough games, first of all, you avoid a Spurs situation. Spurs' situation was that they didn't win enough games in the beginning, so that by the time it was time to start winning games, they also were winning games, which is why they are now. Chelsea won't find themselves in that situation because they can bring anyone, bro. Bring Maresca back, bring Rosinha back. I don't care. They will be fine. I think they'll be fine because of those reasons. I don't think it's that hard to swing.
So I remember an argument you and Khanya had that I want to just stir the pot up on. Khanya said that the fix-up at United, maybe I'm mixing this up, and if you'll tell me if I'm wrong, but what I recall is Khanya saying that it's not much change that's needed for Man United to be competitive again. And you were saying a massive change is needed for Man United to be competitive again. And now you just said that all you had to do is fire the manager that finished 15th.
Question, are Man United competitive again? Are we challenging?
I'd say competitive again.
The Champions League side again, yeah?
Champions League side, but I mean, 9 points off the top.
Yeah. 9 points.
No, I'm saying,
It's
no,
good.
so,
You
because I need this on camera, right?
Remember the
No,
champions
I don't
well.
mind the answer. I really don't mind the answer. Would you say that Man United are competitive again?
If you're gonna say that, can you?
No. Answer the question. Answer the question.
If United have
This
beaten,
setup is nasty.
I just want to know.
in back-to-back weeks, United beat both both the top two sides in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Right? They are matter-of-factly
Competitive.
Yeah.
You beat the top 6.
Toe-
You
toe to
beat
toe.
everyone. You beat the whole top 6.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we became competitive, and then so what happened this season?
Somebody did.
That's what I'm saying. What changed?
FWA players. So you're saying within the actual club?
Yeah.
You just changed your manager.
So that's what I'm saying. I said to go back to what I said. I said, and this was under Oli. I said the next manager is going to pay the price for the lack of player development, and I think Ten Hag paid the price that Luke Shaw didn't go anywhere. Rashford did not improve. He had to deal with a Martial whose head was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like there was no one that he could lean on in that squad, which is why he had to bring in Casemiro, bring in Lisandro Martinez,
Bring in Eriksen.
Onana. There was no one from that base from Oli's reign that Ten Hag could lean on, which is why look who fell away during Ten Hag's time. Shaw, no way. Rashford, no way. He had to bring in Anthony because we didn't have, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I said the next manager will pay the price for. Cool.
Fairs.
That was
Okay.
3 years ago,
That's
4 years ago.
I forgot that there was Ten Hag before.
My perspective has changed in the sense that, and I firmly believe that this season, Ruben Amorim made me believe that it's actually not to win. To compete in the Premier League is not hard. Now I believe it more than ever.
Yeah.
You just have to win games and do what it takes to win games. Not win the league. Winning the league is completely different.
Yeah.
Winning the league is completely different. To finish anywhere between 3 and 9, you just have to win games, bro. Which is what Spurs didn't do this season. But I'm telling you, if you start winning your head-to-head games, you climb up that table because everyone beats everyone now. So it's not a case of you don't have to go on these crazy winning streaks. Man United are 3rd. We finished 15th last season.
And I just want to give more context to that because the listeners, I think you're just stating the obvious. When Thabani's saying you just need to win games, there are a lot of football matches when you are in this transitionary period will come to as a club, will come down to 3 chances in a game. Just take those chances and you win the game. So again, because there's a lot of value in
just
what
to add on that, sometimes it's also you lost the game because you wanted to approach it your way instead of approaching it how it needed to be approached to win the game.
Right. Yes.
So
precisely.
you spend 6 months losing games because we're building.
Yeah.
Instead of bro, play these next 10 matches to win those 10 matches. You win 6, lose 4 of them.
Yeah.
Build on that. Build on winning. You don't build on losing, which is what Amram tried to convince everyone.
Yes.
I'm going to build on losing.
Right.
Then Michael Carrick comes, puts people back where they should play.
Yeah.
There's no style of play. But it's like, okay, cool. We're probably going to have more of the ball, so we'll try to do this. We're going to sit back and try get people doing what they're good at. You will win points. That's how you climb from 15th to 6th to 3rd.
And I guess really going back to the whole Chelsea conversation, it goes back to the intrinsic quality of the players you have at your disposal. So with Carrick, Man United squad, right, for all the shit I give Bruno, that is a world-class attacking midfielder, right? For all the grievance that I give Luke Shaw or Harry Maguire, those are seasoned professionals. So if you put them on a pitch, 11v11, no tactics, they're probably going to come out on top.
They can do something.
They can do something. So now when I go back to Chelsea, just quickly before we move on, because we've spent 10 minutes on Chelsea. But I look at the squad, and this is where I disagree with you guys. I don't think there's enough talent in that team. I really think the players that were signed on the promise of what they could be. Right? Look at Cole Palmer from Man City. Obviously, he had shown quality, right? We know he scored in that Super Cup, right? Man of the match, and he had shown glimpses in the FA Cup and whatnot. So there was obviously more guarantee in Palmer than in, say, Gittins. But what I'm trying to say is there are a lot of Gittins.
There's too many
Gittins. There's too many Tyreek Georges.
I think that's the issue in the squad holistically. But I think what they're saying is just to be competitive in general.
Yes, I get that.
I'm now leaning towards Rashi's because they don't have a Maguire who's gone through shit. They don't have a Shaw who's been
there. We go.
They don't have.
There we go.
Not like this. They don't have a Dallo who's just been there.
Yes.
They don't have their Dallo is Reece James.
No, he's right.
Dallo.
He's
Sorry, I
completely
thought I heard Diallo. I was going to say.
No, I'm saying they don't have a Dallo who's just been there.
Diallo.
There's no one. For all the shit you give Dallo, he can walk into this room and still you get the sense that okay, this guy
he played professional football.
This guy who do you back in a Chelsea dressing room to stand up and be like, no, we are Chelsea guys.
I always say Granit Xhaka is the best case study of you're not bad, you just need more time. Because Xhaka was signed in 16-17, right? He got shouts for being a good signing in 22-23. That's 8 years of learning to get to that point. And that's Thabani's point, and that's my point. It's like, for all the shit you give United guys, you've eaten 7 at Liverpool. You think you still get scared of Old Trafford when you've been through the fire? Chelsea guys, I look at Fofana, right? Wesley Fofana. He was crying against us in the FA Cup. Right, and look, I'm not one to take the piss out of players, right? Because I don't like him. I won't do it now. I don't like him, so I want to, but I won't do it now. But I don't think Man United players handle disappointment that way, right? There's still a petulance, a naivety.
You don't think it's just French?
No, because I then look. It's funny. I don't think it's just French because there are other players you can look at that look at Nico Pepe. Nico Pepe is the most French guy you'll ever meet in your life. Like they go mute, they go silent, they may get sluggish. But they're seasoned enough to know I can't show the brunt of my emotions right now. I think of that incredible clip when Chelsea, I think they lost the Carabao Cup final, and Enzo's walking up, and then the fan says, Enzo.
Then he gets rattled.
Yeah, he gets rattled. United, Maguire got abused. Rashford got abused. Those guys.
All of them.
What happens when you just do something long enough? The things that were scary aren't scary. When I was young, cross country was the scariest thing in the world. Right? By grade 7, it was like, I'm just running around the field 5 more times than I already do. So, point being, I think Chelsea are in a bad spot because of the combination of
like a character.
Yes, it's everything together that I'm looking at and I'm saying, oh, this is bad. But anyways, I want to quickly jump because we are, as Thabani pointed out in pre-production, it's Arsenal United. So it's Rice versus Bruno Fernandes. I want to have this conversation about the FWA.
Can I ask something? Why isn't it Bruno versus Saliba?
Thank you.
Question.
That's why I asked Arsenal fans. I said, do you really I have no problem with them championing Rice, but if anything, I would have thought it would have been Raya first, not because he's been an exceptional goalkeeper, but he wins Arsenal so many games.
And the most tangibly.
The thing is, we've seen it over the last 15 years. Having a goalkeeper that's in the top 3 in the world changes not only how you play, but how other teams play against you.
Yeah.
And I think having someone as secure as Raya, he's not a weakness for Arsenal.
Yeah.
So you concede fewer long shots. You don't get threatened from corners. So just having that stability. We had an argument about this off camera about Saliba. So cool, I do understand. I did say he's got mistakes in him. I do believe that about Saliba, but he's also very
calm.
Just
assured presence.
8 out of 10
consistent
every week.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just very. And I think when you've got those two, that has contributed more to. Arsenal are hard to score against. They're not I wouldn't call them. I don't think Arsenal are a great defensive team. I think they've got not one thing below or above, but their difference is that they're so hard to score against because how they press from the front, how they close the middle, it's a whole team thing. But being hard to score against, that has raised the level of your Rayas, your Salibas, your Gabriels. That's an achievement that Arteta gets criticized for. But turning that team into something that's hard to score against would improve. If Man United are harder to score against, go up the table. If City were harder to score against this season, they go up the table. So I'm saying, Arsenal are not top of the Premier League because they're the best attacking side. It's just because they can win the most 1-0 games you've ever seen in any team. Where the other team has no shots on target, hardly a threat, no XG. And I think a lot of that is Raya and Saliba. I don't have a problem with Rice, but I think he's now maybe benefiting from his own PR. Because if Arsenal are doing well, and players around Rice are doing well, Rice is doing well. And we like Rice. No one dislikes Rice. People might have a problem with him and they might not click with him, but he's not Enzo Fernandez. You don't
in terms of the dislike.
I hate Enzo
He's not,
Fernandez.
he's not polarizing. He's not a polarizing.
Yes, he's not polarizing. You know what I'm saying?
He's a good lad.
But he is easily
is a good lad.
He's a good lad.
But he is easily dismissed.
Me with the UI.
That's the one that I will say.
No,
about
you know
Rice.
why he's easily dismissed? Because he's never, because of how many midfield things he's good at. He's almost jack of all trades at the highest level, master of none. Whereas the people he's put up against, when he's elevated in those conversations, you can't put Rice next to Pedri because Pedri will master some things. Give me other midfielders. I don't want to say Jude. I don't want to take.
Who's the best defensive midfielder in the world?
Defensive midfielder? N'Golo Kante. Wait, what's wrong?
Look. My thing is, you go on to praise Raya, you praise Saliba. The other guy, part of that unit, who makes sure that we are as defensively as we are, that's Rice.
Cool. I'll ask you a question.
I'd say the biggest
I'll ask you a
part.
question is the midfield struggles that Arsenal have had this season are not because of Rice.
No.
But Rice did move to accommodate a new midfielder. Why? Because if he is the best defensive midfielder, and if Rice could do the job that you really wanted him to do, there would have never been a need for a Zubimendi.
I can tell you exactly why. Paella privilege. I coined this term many years ago when I saw Pablo Mari start ahead of David Luiz.
And Saliba.
And Saliba. I said paella privilege. Mikel Arteta has this weird affinity towards Spanish players. Not weird, he's Spanish. But what I saw with Rice, right, is when near the end of Partey's time at Arsenal, Arteta started to evolve the squad in such a manner that Rice would operate as an actual single pivot, right? And then you'd have Odegaard as the cam, and then that other person floating would either be Marino or it would be Miles Lewis-Skelly or whatever. But you would have enough support where we know on the half turn he's not the most efficient midfielder. It would kind of mitigate that, right? And that looked like the direction we were going. And the benefit of having Rice in that position is, as you said, he can kind of do everything really well. So he can spray passes, he can dictate tempo. Did it incredibly against Atletico Madrid, but it helped us play on the front foot a lot faster, right? Which is why those games against PSG last season, if you watch it back, a lot of on the break, Trossard having acres of space.
It's Rice playing those
Rice
passes.
playing those passes.
Yeah.
So Zubimendi, I think there's just Spanish players. I think they're really benefiting from the PR of the golden generation, because what you do is you profile the guy on what they should be based on the golden generation, right? So Pablo Mari was Gerard Piqué. That's what you saw when you saw Pablo Mari in terms of the profile of player. Ball playing, incredible slide tackler, good leader, talks to his defense. Zubimendi is supposed to be a Xabi Alonso, Arteta-esque player in there, right? But in the Prem in this day and age, I don't think you can do what you used to do. So you kind of get thrown into the position on the basis of what you could be, and the Paella privilege is prioritizing that ahead of what is, right? So we knew what Miles Lewis-Skelly is, right? I love that Arteta was honest and that Rice was honest to say he's been tough on Miles Lewis-Skelly this season.
Yeah.
Because if you look at any young player having a breakout season, this follow-up season is not what you would expect. So Arteta does that because of a promise in his mind that Zubimendi brings. So I get the point you're making.
It's supposed like assurance that you get when you sign Zubimendi.
When you sign Zubimendi.
But it's not because Rice cannot or wasn't doing the job enough.
And I think, Thabani, your point is really good. If we're speaking the past 2 seasons with Rice, I agree with everything you've said, because the best things about Arsenal come from that 3 of Gabriel, Saliba and Raya. And those things are more tangibly beneficial in the past than what Rice brings to the team, because even though he does bring a lot, that core, right, it really reminds me of Vidic, Ferdinand van der Sar. Right, it really reminds. Man United were never a defensive side. You would how many games?
It was 13 clean sheets in a row.
Right, so like it's reminiscent of that. Not to say it's the same. It's similar.
Yeah.
And I would agree with you in the past, but now this season, for the first time, and this was always my challenge to Declan Rice, and even the people that don't like him, Leroy Koza, I understand why, right? Because when he was at West Ham, I also felt similarly to him. But this year, we spoke about Bruno, because that's the whole topic of this, right? Bruno and Rice. We spoke about Bruno, and I think you correctly pointed out, or maybe it was Toby, the leadership component of Bruno Fernandes this year has completely done a 180. I acknowledge that, and it's very, very real. Same goes for Declan Rice. I think when you look at, without even getting to the tangibles, intangibly, this fighting spirit that you're seeing in Arsenal this year, 110% from Declan Rice.
Yeah, it's Rice.
Because all of our leaders were dejected. Gabriel lost his head around March, right? Started to make some really silly mistakes. Saliba, as you say, I think Saliba's...
He's not outspoken enough.
He's 3 years away from being the best version of himself. I really do think he's a bit young. He's 22, I think 23, 24, right? So like 27, we'll see him being a bit more... Odegaard has been dejected.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, dear God. This is all Declan Rice. So when I hear you, when you talk about, wasn't Saliba better? Maybe he was, right? Wasn't Raya better? Maybe they were. But when you look at the shining light to say, this is why Arsenal have done what they did this season, because this season is really reminiscent of 22-23. Except this season, there hasn't been yet, knock on wood, the collapse against, City, or the collapse. And I think that's Declan Rice. So when I look at the question Rice versus Bruno, I just want to read something that I saw on Twitter. Now, I understand this guy does not speak for Man United fans, but this is hilarious, right? So Sam Dean tweets, with respect to my colleagues in the football writing industry, I am stunned that Bruno Fernandes has been named FWA Footballer of the Year instead of Declan Rice. Rice has literally won more matches this season, 35, than Fernandes has even played, 34. Adam McCullough quotes it and says, Declan Rice has been very good for Arsenal, but no better than Jordan Henderson was for Liverpool when they won the league. But because Arsenal don't have Salah or Mane, people are running around throwing him into Ballon d'Or or Player of the Year conversations. Someone responded by saying, Henderson literally won FWA Football Player of the Year in 1920 when Liverpool won.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And he did. And
Actually, forgot about
I think when I'm kind of jumping the gun, I didn't let you guys really answer the question, but for me, that in exchange highlights two things. One, the problem with Man United fans. Not all, some. Shungu. Toby. I'm firing shots this episode. D&D 100, But most importantly, it kind of perfectly embodies how I'm placing Rice this season, right? In the context of Arsenal now success, it is Henderson-esque, because Henderson was the reason Liverpool. When you look at it from like a week-to-week fire intensity, it was Henderson basis. But I'm also, actually, this is the third thing. So I'm using that to say if Henderson won, I think Rice should have won. But it is what it is. Bruno is more than a respectable recipient of it. But third of all, they hate it when it's us.
Yeah, that's always the case, though.
Because when Bruno won, it's on the back end of, he's going to break this record. Obviously, yesterday was a bit scary. There were no real chances that I think that were created by him. He's probably going to break the record. Remember when Sanchez had 24 goals and 16 assists?
What did he win?
When Odegaard had 19 assists and broke the record Ozil, 19 assists and most chances created, didn't even make team of the season. So, surely, just as a consolation, you guys can acknowledge there is an agenda against Arsenal. Surely. As United fans, we can be honest. Come on, guys.
I think now we can honestly say that he's talking rubbish. Now, look, the points about Rice, I accept. I acknowledge and accept. The only thing, and maybe we can work together on this, is context going into the season. Going into the season, the best team in the Premier League were
Arsenal.
Or on paper,
City.
Or Liverpool.
No,
on paper.
On paper.
On
paper.
For you guys.
There was no conversation about Man United being competitive. There was no conversation about Man United qualifying for the Champions League. I believe you had us, 8th or 9th in your estimations?
I didn't rank you.
That's what I'm saying. So, perception, right? So, unfortunately, people are influenced by what they see.
Right.
So, it might be, you may know facts, but then if things are happening, and they keep happening, and they keep happening, and they keep happening. So, this is what you're talking about. So, I'm not saying Bruno has been playing at a tremendous level all season, but if Man United start winning games, and you hear about Fernandes, and you read the score sheet and it's Fernandes, and you check the assists and it's Fernandes. If that happens in October, in December, in January, and then all of a sudden this team that was written off, where the conversation we just had about Chelsea, could have had about Man United this time last year. Guys, it's looking so scary for Man United. They could be ready. Now all of a sudden...
I mean, both believed.
No, he believed in Amorim. Don't do that. No, don't do that. No. Don't do
I
that.
believe that we would get to a good place.
With Amorim.
So he's
we were
not.
fifth. He's
You're now with third without him.
He's not shocked that Bruno did this. That's what I'm saying.
No, he believes in Amorim. I'm not gonna let this happen.
He provided a stable foundation. And I even said this on the pod. He's going to create a foundation for us to be successful, even if he's not the guy.
Bro, his foundation got him sacked. It couldn't have been that good. Anyways.
No, he fell out with the board. They didn't want to sack him. Let's be
Because
honest
his
about
foundation
that.
was ass.
No, his foundation is what Bruno's built.
His foundation. The only reason.
That's literally it was his performance.
only reason-
the consistency of his performances when we weren't getting the results.
Hey, Sheiks, mind you,
literally why
the
he's
fifth that they're telling you about is only because Villa, where was Newcastle? People were messing around. That's the only reason Man United were fifth. Man United were not fifth because they were the fifth best team.
Right.
Hey, who was winning the games? You keep saying
You're not United. We were drawing. We were drawing.
You were fifth.
I had this argument with Cheeks. I showed you all the draws we had. We were not winning games.
I remember that.
Hey man, but Bruno getting assists, wasn't he?
Anyways, like
He's
I'm
been
saying, to you,
platformed, bro. He's been
Like I'm saying
platformed
to
in a new way.
going into the
in fact,
season-
I'm remember like the new dimension to Bruno's game that others didn't know.
No,
he
no,
had.
he
That's
didn't.
what happened. That's what happened.
anyways, I'm saying to you, going into the season, you would have expected Rice to be one of Arsenal's best players because they were one of the best teams. Whereas if something was going to happen for Man United, it needed to come from within, and no one knew where it was going to come from. So then it's now, wow, Bruno's actually not just playing well; he's leading this team. He's evergreen as he is, always playing. Now he added the contribution. So unfortunately for Rice, I'm not blaming Rice. If in the back of this Premier League, we're looking tighter race, but there's this. Why does everyone talk about Bruno? He's done that himself to the point where now, at this time, when it's time to vote, if anything, he's just put himself in that conversation. I don't think, and obviously the Man United fans had a lot to do with that.
Tab influential.
But that's just how it goes. That's how it goes.
No, the overlap mind virus.
And the thing is,
it's undeniable.
the unfortunate thing is, if it was Rice versus someone else and Rice was a United player, the United effect, the coefficient contributes.
I was literally about to ask.
The coefficient contributes. Bruno doing this at Aston Villa is not in any conversation.
Okay. Yo, you see, Thabani, you can be very fair sometimes. That's my only issue with the whole Bruno thing. Well, other than the ones that we spoke about, like realistically, it's not to. I don't want to make it seem like, because I've had so many arguments with United fans. I don't want to make it seem like what he's doing isn't spectacular, right? Because he's working with nothing, right? Or well, not nothing, but it's a shit situation to be in for any creative player, right? So. I recognize that. That is incredible. That deserves plaudits. That deserves so much. But we can't lie and say that two key factors aren't who he plays for and who he's up against, right? Like it's because one, I'd say it's Arsenal, but two, it's a defensive midfielder, right? In a season that people have been crying about the lack of entertainment, and then you get the one guy who's giving you some entertainment. So like, thank you for that, because that context is what I think is missing. I can rest. I'm fine with it now.
I think
Can I just call him Vu?
Yeah?
Can I call him
No,
Vu?
go ahead.
So he said, "Oh, how much should it weigh that he hasn't played in Europe?" So I'd also like to read out a tweet from Khanya's friend, Dougie Critchley. Dougie.
Yeah.
He says, "But Bruno isn't playing in Europe. Neither was N'Golo Kante when he won PFA Player of the Year in 2016 to 2017. Neither was Mahrez in 15-16. Neither was Luis Suarez when he won PFA Player in 2013-14. None of these players were playing in Europe.
2 of 3 won the league though.
No, but I'm just saying to you, what they did in the league mattered.
Ultimately.
And if Mbu was trying to say, yes, we need to contextualize what he's doing in the league without Europe. We have awards for that. We can take that somewhere else. But for Football Writer, PFA, it's Premier League.
Yeah.
And if you're going to rate someone what they did in the Premier League, he's worthy of being a part of that discussion. So I just want to call out Mbu. Go away, dude. Like, go away.
Okay, perfect.
But before we go, one thing I do want to say is, I think ultimately Arsenal fallen victim to what the better story is. The player that revitalizes United, that brings United back to their glory days, versus getting over the line as Arsenal. It doesn't feel as impressive. It's not as loud a story. Like Arsenal's thing almost feels eventual.
Yeah.
I think in a world where if mathematically Arsenal already had the title, I think then Rice probably has a stronger narrative.
Yes, had you won it? Yes, had you won it?
Even though
in
it feels
April?
like it's an eventual thing. I think it does hurt us significantly that, you know what, it's like, but they're not even in it like that. And we lost to United and Bruno played well. And Bruno, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. And and remember I told you this about Lamine Yamal. When I said the fingerprints. Bruno's fingerprints are all over this United season. The best parts and the worst parts. He's everywhere.
With no deep analysis needed.
You just see. His name is there. His name is there.
Yeah.
He's there. He's there. He's there. So I'm saying, when you see that, for the person who's not going to watch week in, week out, for the person who's not invested, if you told someone, on the street to vote for their football writer,
Yeah.
they probably heard more about Bruno than Rice this season.
Yeah.
And that's just how it
No,
works.
it's like
That's just how it
when you
is,
think
yes.
back when you think back into things aren't looking too deeply, do you remember Bruno more? And
Yes.
No, it's real.
you have to accept it, bro.
My hand, even she supports United allegedly, and she hasn't been very big in United. You know, the past however many seasons. She said, "Bruno Fernandes." I said, "Huh?" I said, "Where? How do you know how to say?" She said, "Because she heard his name, as you're saying. You know, she's heard whispers and she heard the PL talk show. They're talking about him every weekend. So like, it's real." And
You open Twitter. Who are the clips of?
Bruno.
Yeah.
Who's the conversation about?
Yeah, no fairs. No,
There's more Bruno comes,
If
bro.
Arsenal win the Premier League, when Arsenal win the Premier League, Rice should get PFA because I do think
Yeah.
that the best player on the best team is more entitled to just.
yeah.
But when you talk about football writers, because think about the two different awards, right?
You're
Yeah.
spitting. You're spitting.
The football writers is the journalists, the guy
Yeah.
who are watching and they're always consuming. They
Yes.
dictate the conversation. as well.
Yeah.
So for them, they've also been writing about Bruno.
Like, who
Yeah.
gives them content, bro?
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
that's what I'm saying. So, but for PFA, it makes a lot of sense. Like, okay, cool. It's almost like, guys, this is the award ceremony.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, player. That will speak volumes.
That would be interesting.
That will speak volumes.
So,
That
I
would
mean,
be interesting.
My concern there, the split vote. If we've all acknowledged here that Rice, Gabriel, Saliba, Raya all have a claim, I think there's a very strong possibility that Bruno's will win
gets
it
it,
again,
yeah.
purely because those who are voting for Bruno aren't thinking about anybody else.
Yes,
And-
but they
and-
would have
and-
voted for it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
again, when you think
very
back at
good
like when defensive players have won it, when Company won the FWA award 2011, like the context there is like he wins against Silva, all those Oaks. Like it's a lot easier to win it as a defender in very specific circumstances, like when you're just getting over the line. Rice is unfortunately placed as defensive midfielder.
But watch this.
You don't win this award.
If Gabriel scores a header against West Ham and in your final fixtures, watch what happens.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crunch time.
Yeah, like
that-
score two winners.
That's
score
also
two winners is
that's
different.
also a good point.
If Rice scored those free kicks against City, this one scored against Madrid, he scored those two against City,
Against City,
he'd have
who's
it.
winning it. No, that's a
Yeah.
good point. Like the season isn't done, right? There's still 3 games, 3 huge.
It's not
games.
done.
It's not.
It's not done.
I love that guy, man.
It's done.
He's not done. But yeah, no. So
See how
we can.
Odegaard just walked past him. I was like, that should be your captain, man.
Anyway. San Antonio Adams.
Well, you know what they say.
No.
What did they
You know
say?
what? Hey!
No, what did they say?
You know what they say? Walk like a dog, speak like a dog, is a dog.
I've never heard of that.
Why did you let him do it?
I've never heard of that.
Tabani Mai, I want to talk about the El Clasico, Tabani Mai. How are you feeling about the football club Real Madrid at this point in time? Given what we've seen with, you know,
Let me set
the
up this.
Royal Rumbles. Actually, let me ask the man in the Madrid
Wearing the
top.
Madrid shirt.
Yeah,
Let's hear from him. Yeah, let's give him
let
the
me
floor.
go to Bones.
But I'm sitting up for the section.
Yeah,
I'm
this
up.
is going to be
I'm up.
some juicy stuff. Bones, mate. Tell me.
What was this?
The
Did you say, what is this? Why are you playing into it? You're actually playing into it.
You've won 4 goals at the club. Dude, I love him.
Who the fuck are you? No, shout out to Mikel. Nah, shout out to Mikel. Honestly. Also, sorry, completely left field. I'm going to pull him here. One more thing. Dude, I feel like we need to have a conversation at some stage about how underrated players like Mikel are.
Yes.
And how well they would do in this era. Because I watched the Mikel comp the other
Oh
day.
my goodness.
Dude,
I've
I
been
went
thinking
berserk.
about
It was
this
crazy.
so much.
And I feel like we watched him, and you obviously 10 years on, 15 years on, it's easy to be like, Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, Vieira. You always want to, like, we know the cream of the crop, but like, there's kids today who don't know about the Mikels, about the Carricks. We need to fight for these Oaks.
The Cazolas.
We can't lose these recipes, Oaks.
Yeah,
So yeah, we need to.
No, errors drive up value. Mikel was doing it in an era where that was the norm, bro. Even freaking Steven Nzonzi, right? Who had a type of style similar.
Yeah.
That is, dude, we had Bissouma and he's doing the helium balloons. So there's no one left. Like a ball playing CDM is alright. So like I agree with that. Shout out to Mikel, mate. Anyways, Bones, mate. So we want to talk about your team, right? Oh yeah, Khanya as well. I always forget. So we've obviously seen the rumblings, right? That being, he hit Valverde, he didn't hit Valverde. It was a back and forth.
You knocked him out.
The end, the outcome is you guys are missing 2 key players in this Clasico, right? So
Doesn't matter.
I was about to say, from the perspective of La Liga, it's done. I
Yeah.
think we can all agree Barcelona's winning La Liga. But do you still think that this game is, or do you agree with this statement or not? Let me put it this way: this game is Madrid fighting for their identity as a squad. Case in point, Studios. Case in point, if Madrid lose this badly, like a 6-2, 5-0, this core, this nucleus needs to be blown up. Do you agree with that or do you disagree with that?
I disagree. I think the season all a bit.
I was asking Bones.
Oh, my fault, dog. My fault,
I'll
dog.
come to you.
No, my fault, dog. You know what, Bones? Floor's yours. My head's hot.
Sorry.
My head's hot.
Bones,
It's fine.
I want to hear from you on this.
But I also, okay, I do disagree because I feel like there's already just fundamentally issues there that have to be addressed. It doesn't matter what. If
So
you win or lose.
regardless of the results, even if you
Yeah.
win this, you say these guys need to switch it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this
Very
game,
much so.
this game
Almost
kind
as
of.
if I can't remember. There's some guy in the group who said this Madrid squad is assembled so poorly. Who was it in the group who said this, man?
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone was really fighting that, so I don't know.
No, Rindai definitely fought me.
Rindai!
No,
It doesn't count.
You
You know, everyone has a hit over and die. Everyone.
And you know what the worst thing is? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't
No one
matter.
cares.
He won't respond to your message when you call him out.
This is true.
But
Bro,
okay.
that's like being right ahead of Tim Sherwood, bro. It doesn't mean anything.
But
And then you say you should be a pundit. No!
So
Anyone can be right.
But his face is killing me. So, but no, okay, but we all agree on that, right? So, but Bones, what you're basically saying. So let me maybe magnify it a bit more. So when I say this nucleus needs to be blown up, I sent a message to Rindai a few weeks back where I was like, Mbappe, Vini, Adagula, Valverde, Jude, and I think I said Rudiger and Courtois or something like that. That's your core. And from there, shuffle pieces around, but you keep those guys together. So what I'm saying is, you feel that core that I've just named, those 7 players, 6 players, you're saying some of them need to be sold. Is that what you're kind of feeling at this point in time as a Madrid fan? In order to get back to Hala Madrid?
Low-key, I mean, Rudiger, I wouldn't want to keep building on Rudiger.
Around him.
You know what I mean? Like
build it on Militao instead.
No, but that's to the squad.
almost a
I don't really
triple
think there's
space
someone
there.
in defense to really be building around.
Okay.
So to your core, I think the core is like you can have your attackers, midfielders, but then I don't really think there's anyone.
So that back, no one's safe. is
I
what
don't.
you're basically
Yeah,
saying.
because they're all injury. All the good guys are injury prone. And then there's there's your Sensios who are just nonsensical. So then it's like
He's a criminal.
and a criminal. So that's like
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying. So you're basically saying, from the ground up, Madrid need to
We need to relook at things.
relook at things. Okay, Khanya, obviously I think everyone with a brain knew Mbappe and Vini would be a problem. I've long been on the boat to say Mbappe, thank you.
No,
thank you.
it is your hit. It is your hit. I think it's time we do formally acknowledge it. You said it 2 years
And he
before.
been telling us. The thing
Yeah.
is, it's not like a hit as in we didn't see it coming. But like he told us how it would happen.
Yeah.
That's the most impressive thing.
Oh,
He
thank
told us
you.
how it would happen.
No,
Yeah.
because this.
And
I
is it like 2023?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
22.
22 World Cup. Are you sure you put it down then?
No, it was at
Before
the,
2020, 2021.
no, it was after. It was
We
before
had
Messi got to
it was when we
PSG.
had D&D.
No,
dude.
but I put it on the group for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're talking about the episode. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
2023. No. Like again, just for the listeners, and we actually didn't thank the listeners for the journey, but we will at the end. I basically said Mbappe, as of 2021, 2022, could have retired. He's a tier 1. He's an all-time legend, guaranteed. But he's gonna go down in the second tier as opposed to the first tier because he cannot look beyond himself, right? And everyone here, literally everyone other than Rindai, knew that it was always gonna come down to Vini or Mbappe. So we know now it doesn't look to work as consistently. And let's clarify. It's not that they can't have good games. They're great players. They can have good games. But consistently and in the big moments, they just don't complement each other well enough.
Yeah.
So, Khanya, how much of this do you put on Mbappe? And when you're asking the question, Vini or Mbappe, in terms of who you keep, right? How do you answer that question now? Because, I mentioned in another episode we had that, like, the thing about Mbappe is he emanates his energy, his personality, right? All of a sudden, people that went, do you guys watch The Boys?
Yeah.
You know when they went into the bunker?
Terrible show, but yeah.
You know when they went into the bunker and there was that like thing in the air that was making them fight? That's Mbappe. Like whatever energy, if he's happy, your team is happy. If he's like, think of France 2018 on top of just having the perfect squad. They were the one team who had that energy. And Mbappe was enjoying his football. When he's miserable, everyone's
Yeah.
miserable. So answering the question of like,
He's like a,
I had the same
I can't
thought,
say
but not today.
Yeah. Not
I
today.
don't
Yeah, literally, I'm about to say the same thing.
But it's not
Yeah,
today.
not for this show.
Yeah.
tell us after.
Yeah.
Me and Bob, yeah. So it's like the clear answer was obviously Mbappe. You're just invested in this guy.
Yeah.
But now it's like
You can't even commit to that because he's the kind.
So how do you kind of who do you keep? What do you do with that situation?
Dog, start with Perez, bro. It's
What?
his fault.
Sign a new.
Florentino
President.
Perez needs to go.
Oh.
It's his fault this happened. Bro, Madrid in their history have never tried to sign the same player 4 different times. The idea of Madrid...
Name them? These 4 guys? I just don't know.
No. We tried to sign Mbappe 4 different times.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, that's never happened. Normally, if you say no to Madrid once, you're done, bro. Madrid move you on. We bring you back if we want you back.
Right.
The idea that, like... Yeah, dog.
But they were chasing.
The idea of Perez bending the knee that many different times to a player who has had ego issues from the very beginning. When he was still at Monaco, there were issues with him in training. When he was at PSG, there was issues when he wasn't the main guy. The idea that you're now going to bring him into a team that you've built somehow, you weren't even trying to do it the way you did it. And you're somehow taking all of the good work away to focus on somebody who doesn't really want to be there specifically. Going to be anywhere where he would be the biggest possible star. In a world where Barca were financially capable, he would have gone there. I don't think he went to Madrid specifically because he felt like, this is the club of my heart, the club of my dreams.
No, he did.
Nah.
He did.
He
and
did.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm saying that was the problem. Is that how documented it was? The picture with Ronaldo, the picture of
On the wall.
he could only go to Madrid. You can't do all of that and then go to Barca. And unfortunately, and going back to the same coefficient I spoke of, the only English club that he could really remember, he was linked with Liverpool. Could anyone really picture him in a Liverpool shirt?
No.
Do you think if Man United weren't ass, or no, actually we're not ass, if we were competitive,
Ass.
there's only 2 clubs that could really go for Mbappe's signature: a competitive Man United and Real Madrid. He wasn't going anywhere else. He's not going to go to Bayern. He's not going to go to. He was already at PSG.
Yeah.
Arsenal, yes, French connection.
Yeah.
But Arsenal again had to be what they are now and needed 120 M's, which they
And
didn't
not
have.
Arteta.
So ultimately, we could have done the same things like where can Mbappe go? Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Madrid knew that. Mbappe knew that. World football knew that. It was almost like the transfer that had to happen, and that was unfortunate because what you're describing is Madrid. I don't even think they wanted to go after him as much as they did, but if they didn't, they
Someone
could
else
also
would,
risk
yeah.
someone else getting him. Mbappe, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying from a club perspective, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, guys, we can't. If Mbappe is available for us, we have to go get him. So sign up the contracts, go approach the guy. From Mbappe's side, he's like, okay, guys, Madrid, like I'm coming. Like,
Yeah.
let me get out of this. It's like when you're on a date, but your boys are calling. It's like, I'm coming, bros. I just need to. I'm coming, bros. Let me just. Can I get one more
What dates are these, bro?
No, you've been on them.
But like
You've been on them.
point,
You've been on them.
the overall point is right.
I
The analogy I was gonna
I
think.
have many dates, bro.
The analogy
That's why I don't go on dates anymore. That's why I'm here on the show.
It was like almost a confirmation bias.
Yeah.
You had to. It's like in high school, the 2 light skins that are attractive, they have to date. It's exactly the same thing.
It's tough at an all-boys private school, nah? When the white boys, they see a black girl from the school next door, then they look at you. They don't even say anything. They just look at you.
They look at you straight
They're
away.
like,
Yeah.
dog. They're like, dog.
Yeah.
So that's what, it's like Mbappe is like, dog.
You have to.
Where else you gonna go?
And then even from your perspective, like, yeah, she's nice. You know? Even you, so Mbappe's like, yeah, Madrid, like, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
No, and how's it gonna work? It doesn't matter. Let me go to Madrid
Get
first.
my-
yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking. So this is just me absolutely fiction writing. I acknowledge. So just don't get hacked. I'm telling you now, don't get hacked.
Analogy, man.
I also don't like it already.
This is
Yeah.
just
It kind of
fiction.
stinks already.
No, go ahead.
I think Mbappe going to Real Madrid, in a way, ruined football because we've now taken away future prospects, future rivalries, future balance. Right? Like I look at, like, if I can use the NBA as an analogy, like when KD went to the Warriors, things got weird because now the balance of powers shifted.
It should have been Steph versus KD
versus
Bron.
LeBron.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's kind of like the product itself has gone to shit a bit. And then when KD leaves the Warriors, it's like, okay, where next, right? And that's why he's jumping here, there. I view Mbappe to Madrid in a similar light because of Madrid had just won a Champions League, right? Mbappe, that's the one thing you're chasing. Why join the guys who took
Already
it from
have
right?
the-
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Should I add an elephant? should I make this elephant bigger? What you've just described, unfortunate reality for all of us, whether we like the guy or not. Dembele should have never won a Ballon d'Or in this era.
Wait, can we hold on that? We'll get back to that.
Because of this transfer.
And that's perfect. That is an alternate reality. That's an alternate, in Marvel and the thing. Yeah, that happens because of this transfer. And what I'm trying to say now is, how do we restore balance? I have a scenario for all you guys. You're saying, where can Mbappe go next, right? I'm going to get booed, but listen, this is me, nah? Right.
I'll go after you.
Perfect. What I want, above all else, I want Madrid fans, because you've seen this fan get rid of Mbappe, 30 million, right? Although I'm sure it's rival fans now also just signed.
Primarily at this point.
Yeah, but anyways, Mbappe is sensitive. We know he's going to take that stuff to heart. Madrid fans also don't hold their tongue. If the reason I asked the question about the nucleus and being blown up is if you guys have a bad result against Barcelona, your fans will probably boo the players. And I think Mbappe, I don't know how well he takes to that. So what I'm saying is I want them to abuse Mbappe the next few games, right? I want him to go and have...
Not racially.
Not racially, thank you. I want him to go and have a mediocre World Cup, right? And then to come back and for the Spanish media to do what the Spanish media does. I want that to put a battery pack in Mbappe's, in his back and to say, let me pull a reverse Luis Figo.
To Barca.
Let me go to Barcelona, right? Let me transfer to Barca. Now wait, we know there's someone in the Premier League that wants to go to Madrid but won't do it because they have a superstar, the big Norwegian at City. So what I'm hoping is Mbappe goes to Barca, they go crazy this following season, right? They Champions League, La Liga, whatever. Perez, being the spiteful guy, says, "Oh, we need the next best thing or the thing that's just as good. You bring Haaland. Haaland.
Yeah, I get this.
You know where I'm going? You bring Haaland from City. Now we have the big dogs in Europe as the big dogs in Europe. We have Olise cooking at Bayern, right? We have the guy who shouldn't be where he is, right, in PSG, doing what he's doing. That squad we all see are going to be the next guys. Now in European football, Arsenal's back. United look to be competent. Liverpool a bit weird, but they have assets there. European football is back to what we knew. There is balance. If I could ask God for 10 wishes, that would be one.
Okay.
Barcelona is too poor. Carry on.
They don't have the.
But there is just
they
that.
don't have the thing. Watch this. Watch this.
Okay.
Now, who of Europe's top dogs needs a left-sided, dominant, crazy,
United.
match-winning?
The United number 7.
No. I don't think. Let me land.
Okay.
Who of Europe's top side, if they get that left-sided goal and assist contributor, someone who scored 20 goals and had multiple assists last 5 seasons, that takes them to not being the best, but over the edge. Arsenal, right? Arsenal this summer, splash the cash. Vinci Jr. at the Emirates, show business. Take that medal off Martin. All that shit for Martinelli. Give me that. I'm the new guy at Arsenal. Vinny on the left, Saka on the right, whoever up top. Then there's a new balance, right? Okay. Now, this opens the door for Man United, right? While everyone's distracted, you know what we do? We go get Julian Alvarez. Now we've got Julian Alvarez with Sesko. Watch this. Now we go get Julian Alvarez. He knows the league, he knows the city, right? Come back. Man United is not competitive. Now we start creeping.
Okay.
Now we start to win the Champions League. Champions League semis quarters come.
Yeah.
Man United versus Arsenal. Alvarez versus Vinny. On the other side, Dembele versus Mbappe. On the other side, Haaland versus Olise. I needed one more matchup. We'll find the other matchup. Yeah. Right? All I'm saying is Vinny should go to Arsenal. And I made the other part up as well. I don't know. Yeah.
But no, I've never actually considered Vinny at Arsenal.
This fantasy booking, first of all, it's wonderful to imagine. It's beautiful. It really is. I think we all know that Haaland does make more sense in Madrid than it feels like he makes sense in City. I think that's the one thing
for sure.
we're aligned on.
You don't think so?
I like him at City, man. It's just that they're both awkward.
They are.
They're both awkward in the right way for each other. He's got that weird back. He's Norwegian, but he sounds like he's from Leeds because he was born there. This weird Man City are a big club, but they're not really as big as Arsenal, United. They're both You know, they both like,
No,
we
but here's the
here.
thing.
They
'Cause when
they
you-
match each
like
other.
when you
they
name
say.
like the greatest players of all time, like a Norwegian guy on the list is what
You
you're
got
expected to see.
Haaland at City, né? It's like when everyone started wearing oversized pants. Like there's some guys where they were supposed to wear oversized pants. Then Haaland comes with oversized pants. You're like, okay, dude, like
This is what it's for.
like you can wear the oversized pants. You'd probably look better in like all formal and college shit, but like do it.
Yeah.
That's what Haaland at City feels like. It's like okay, it works. It works.
No, but no, okay, thank you for that. I like Vinny at Arsenal. Like in theory,
Like, why not?
I don't like that it would bring Rendai, but I do like. I'd hate to be.
I think for that reason, I
wouldn't want
I'd
to.
rather Mbappe.
But I think that's the biggest.
Vinny in the Prem with a point to prove, with excellent coaching and a really good squad behind him.
That's
where the
supports him.
onus on him probably wouldn't be to win 8 out of 10 matches.
Yeah. And then he has Gabby Maglea. She has, Martin. He has the support system that Brazilians tend to need. No, look, that's a good shout, man. And I think,
Otherwise, just bring him to OT, man. We'll fix it.
but I do think
He fits you guys
the
more.
prevailing principle is, and on the back end of this whole conversation of the El Clasico, there is a reset that's kind of needed. I think when it comes to the European football and the powers that be, how things are structured, and I think this season is going to be precise. I think this World Cup,
Yeah.
The World Cup
is going to be that. I
Yeah.
think we're going to find moving names, moving pieces,
Yeah.
teams being blown up. And look, Clasico, quickly, previews. I was in terms of scoreline, I see Barca winning 3-1. And I do think that is going to be a huge catalyst. And I think that's why Mourinho's coming, because it's to clear out the weeds and to reset, maybe nick at, as Thabani was saying, just winning games, nick a La Liga, and then get Madrid on their way. Anyway, Khanya, scoreline predictions, Clasico.
2-1. I don't think it'll be that good a game. No Lamine, no Party. It's not going to be the same kind of like guns blazing Clasico that we're kind of used to at this point.
Okay, 2-1-2.
Of course, Barca dude.
Barca. Bones?
Actually, I think I see a 2-0, bro, to Barca.
2-0 Barca. Tab.
Yeah, no, Madrid are the most vulnerable they've been in a long time. Let me go for the big scoreline, like a 4-0. Where's Gavi? If Gavi's playing, it's 4-0. Because he's the type to piss niggas off.
He's not fully fit. But also
He's going to be on like the bench.
So there's no Gavi, there's no Lamine. Like the fire.
If Gavi was involved, it's
All
a 4-0.
I'm saying on FOTMob is Lamine being out. Apparently everyone else is fine.
Is Rafinha fit?
Gavi hasn't played. Yeah, he is. Gavi hasn't played 90 minutes though. He hasn't. Like, he doesn't. Like he's not. I doubt he'll start.
Will he be involved?
He'll
Even
be
for the
around.
last 10 minutes.
He'll be around.
You can go from 2-0 to 4-0 with Gavi.
Second last thing, West Ham Arsenal. I'm a bit nervous. You guys were rolling your eyes at me. I want to get predictions. Thabani.
Only because, remember, it's a bit of a contradiction, right? I want West Ham to win just to make it exciting. I still think Arsenal will win the league. So come on, you Irons.
How exciting do you want it to be, dude? Like, can we not have
He wants final day.
Like final day. Like
So what do you see the scoreline?
He wants to sweat as well.
I saw, those guys on Twitter, the guys who do that Leonardo DiCaprio meme, where they put the score and then it's DiCaprio waking up, and the guy's always right. He said City would win 3-0. He said Spurs are winning 4-1, and he did say West Ham Arsenal is 2-2.
I can see a draw. Bones. I hate shit like that, by the way. Bones, yeah. What do you think?
We say Arsenal 2, West Ham 1.
2-1 West Arsenal. Khanya.
1-0 Arsenal.
1-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with that prediction. I see this as a draw. I think it's gonna bring parity to the league conversation. City on reduced goal difference to one game, a 1 point now, and then they play midweek against Palace. I think they're cooking him. So I see it being one of those games where we start off confidently, we get the lead, and then the stadium, the London Stadium, just does what it does, and then we concede last minute. Richard Farson, friend, I don't know, you probably remember him, friend of ours, he's at the stadium today. He told me he's never watched West Ham lose live. So that's also a bit nervous.
There's always a guy like that.
Yeah.
There's always a guy at the stadium. They've never lost when I'm here.
But no, but guys, he's like gone to like 3-4 games a year for the past however many years.
3-4, yeah. West Ham lose more. West Ham lose like 20 games a year.
And he's never seen them lose.
I'm happy for him.
But that's
Things
my point.
change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just say, on Arsenal, the reason I was watching another podcast, shout out Filthy, we can shout them out, we watch them, consume their content. Someone I think it was KG, made a good point about how Arsenal, and what I said to you about the confidence that Arsenal have after the City game. It's almost like two different teams. A team that knew, guys, whatever happens, we still have to play Man City. Then after that, it's like, okay, we lost to Man City.
We're still here.
We're still here. Like, it's like getting punched in the face and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Like, okay, cool. So the thing is, as much as if they drop points today, it would be good for the league. The reason I just see Arsenal winning is got nothing to do with how they'll play, or I don't care who's going to score. It's just because there's no shackles.
Right.
Like if they go down 1-0, relax, relax, mate. Follow my lead. Like that's how they'll be. That's how they'll be. So
Relax, mate.
I really think with the games that they have left, like that's how it's gonna go down. It's almost as if like we can finally play as a team that's actually got not nothing to lose, but like
Everything to
the
win.
worst, the worst of the season is behind us.
Yeah.
That's before it was like, oh my god, if we drop this game, it's going to be terrible.
over.
Yeah.
Whereas like guys, it's over. Man City, like
Yeah. Like
even the Everton results, like even the Everton, like guys, it's over. Like
Yeah.
we can actually just win this league, and that's the only thing I see. As much as I'd love for Arsenal, not just this game, it would be exciting, but I really just see you winning all the games because it's like you can actually switch into that mode. It's like actually we've got a Champions League final to prepare for, so let's wrap this thing up.
Right.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Did you hear it in the stadium?
Free from desire. Yeah.
We're here, dude.
Yeah.
It is that time of the season.
No, it would be. Listen, I'm nervous because of PTSD, but a win would be the most. This
Brother.
would be the most statement victory we've had.
Live in the present. The last time you saw Arsenal in a Champions League final, you were 8. It's done, bro. We're in a different time. The Arsenal that used to traumatize you, they dead and buried, bro. It's
I think he's
time
gone
to
early.
just believe
I
in
think
your
he's
team,
gone early.
bro.
Yeah.
I've been with you, by the way,
believe
so
in
I'm
your
not saying you
team,
too early, but I think you've got early on that.
Let's get it done.
Gentlemen, I think we have to wrap up. We've been going a bit over. So just a special thank you to all the listeners that have been with us from the beginning of our journey to now. D&D 100 is crazy. Like we said, you guys don't know that sometimes we bicker, we argue, we try to figure things out. You know, at the end of the day, this is the first time any of us, well, second time because Khanya is who would you tell, but we're really trying to build something off the ground. We appreciate the community. We appreciate the roasts in the YouTube comments, the people taking the piss. If you engage with us, we're 110% thankful. We're going to try and scale this a bit more gradually. You know, some viewing parties and all of these things. Maybe the World Cup is a good starting point, but that's beside the point. From the bottom of our heart, sincerely, thank you guys for your support. And yeah, only upwards from here.
100 hours of D&D, Oaks. Congratulations.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toast to the next 100.
That's proper.
Wonderful. Anyways, no, thank you guys for joining in. Next episode, we'll definitely touch on the Champions League preview. We didn't have time to do that today. PSL's heating up as well.
Yeah.
The Pirates have an advantage with that game in hand. So we'll touch on a bit more. But as always, thank you for listening and keep debating.
We're out.
Welcome to game
Although you didn't
night.
do much though.
Okay, Oaks. Game night with D&D. We're going to be playing Hi, My Name Is. So, as you guys know, clues. If at any point you think you know who it is, raise your hand, or you can say, Hi, my name is. You give an answer. If you're wrong, it's -5 points. If you're right, it's +5 points.
Okay.
So, you can get into the negatives very quickly.
Okay.
Starting off.
Hi, my name is Lamine Yamal. That's a test.
Oh, that would have killed you guys.
If I got it right,
Anyways, okay. Clue number 1. I am one of 6 players to score a goal in the UEFA Champions League final and the World Cup final. Clue number 2. I'm the only player in history to score a goal and an own goal in a World Cup final.
Hi, my name is Mario Mandzukic.
Khanya Mosetlhi.
Thank you.
That's a dub.
Thank you.
That's ball knowledge. That's
Nice.
ball knowledge. Okay.
Tough.
Kanya's up. Let me see. Okay. Clue number 1. I am one of 4 goalkeepers to win man of the match at a World Cup while playing on the losing side. Clue number 2.
Hi, my name is Guillermo Okoa.
Wrong. Good guess. -5, but good guess. Clue number 2. I am considered the greatest of all time in my position for my country. Clue number
Can I guess again?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ike Casillas.
Wrong. It's 10.
You know what's crazy? I thought you'd get that right. Hi, my name is Gianluigi Luigi Buffon.
Wrong.
Fuck!
No, react if you got it.
Next.
Bones is playing it right. Okay. Clue number 3. I have the record for the most saves in a World Cup match with 16.
Oh, hi, my name is Tim Howard.
There we go.
No.
Tap soul -5.
Yeah, I went too
Okay, you see
early.
how funny this game is? Bones is in the lead.
So
I haven't said anything.
Yeah, you're both on 0.
Yeah.
So it's net points, right? So
It's
I'll
net
go
points.
-10 and then I'm
-5.
okay.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, finally. We do 2 more, 1 more. What do you have?
Two more.
Fine. Okay. I have scored Premier League title deciding goals in back-to-back seasons.
Hi, my name is Ilkay Gundogan.
Wrong.
It wasn't back to back. Yeah, it wasn't back to back. It wasn't back to back.
I have worn for my 2 most successful spells at clubs, right? So I have 2 clubs where I've been most successful. I wore 2 jersey numbers at both clubs. At the first club, the least famous shirt number was 26. At the second club, the least famous shirt number was 17. Me and my brother joined the same English club in the summer of 2012, but we never played together once.
My name is Kolatore.
Wrong.
Fuck off.
Me and my brother joined the same English club in the summer of 2012, but we never played together once. Final clue, I was man of the match in the 2018 World Cup, 3rd place playoff.
Hi, my name. Wait. Hi, my name is Eden Hazard.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Left.
I literally I couldn't even remember who was in that game.
I think I let myself believe it was the Tory brothers.